welcome to my second YouTube video. I promised you guys a book haul, a Christmas book haul, and here it is. My book haul consists of the books I got for Christmas and the books I got up in the lead up to Christmas, because I got a few books, got more than a few books, but I really like the ones I've got and I'm here to show them to you. The first book that I got is Torment! And I read the first book, Fallen, on ebook, so I don't have a copy of the first book, and this is a really nice copy of the second book because it's the larger book, which I like. I like the larger book. It always looks nicer for some reason, so it's beautiful. I really like the first book, and a lot of people on the Booktube community, on these wonderful videos that people do, have been saying that they like the first one, don't like the second one. I want to see what this is about, so at some point I will read this. It's also being made into a film, the first book, not this book, it's the second book, and hopefully I'll get to see that at some point. It's also got Jeremy Irvine in it. Such a good actor, I really respect his work, not just for War Horse, but there's also a film called Now Is Good, and he is in it with Dakota Fanning, and it is a stunning film. It made me cry, and I don't cry at films or books or stuff very often. Please, if you get the chance, go and watch this. Go and watch this. It's such a good film. The second, I'm gonna say, lot of books that I got are the Selection series by Kiara Katz. I wanted to read these. I'm gonna hold up the first one because that's probably just easier. I wanted to read these for a while. They're short books. They're only really about 330 pages, which is quite nice small books to just carry around with you where you're going. And I was in TK Maxx, which is what we call it here in the UK. If you're in the US, it's TJ Maxx. And I got all of these as a box set for £7. £7. Each of these books separately here is £8. What? So I was incredibly pleased with this, and we'll be reading these and then doing reviews and other stuff, I don't know, something. And I love the covers. I want these dresses. I want these dresses so badly. Selection is about a selection. I'm gonna read the blurb again. In the world of glittering gowns and priceless jewels, the selection is the chance of a lifetime to compete for gorgeous Prince Maxon's heart. But for America Singer, it means turning her back on her secret love and leaving home for a prize she doesn't want. Then America meets Maxon, and all her plans start to crumble. Can the life she's always dreamed of compare to a future she's never imagined? I think it's sort of like The Bachelor, but for royalty and dystopian. Dunno, but it looks good. Oh, and on top it says, in a palace of rivals, only one can win his heart. I want that dress so much. The third lot, quote mark, of books that I got. Well, I saw this one. This is the second book in Asda, which is Walmart for the UK, and I really liked the cover. That intrigued me. It was an intriguing cover, and on the back it says, how can she persuade him to let her go? I was intrigued, and I was like, oh my goodness, and it unfolds like this. It's such a pretty cover, it looks beautiful, and got it, came home. The deadly sequel to Abandon. What? No! I can't have picked up just the sequel! I've done this so many times with so many books that I really like, and I'm just like, Argh. So, of course, naturally I had to go out and buy the first book. What sort of a reader would I be? It's so beautiful. And this cover's like lovely too. I really love this. I think they're just, I don't know, I just really love these covers. I think they're really pretty. The only downside is size difference. What? I hate this. Not that I have a bookshelf to put these on so they can look beautiful. The spines can look beautiful, which spines are actually really pretty. But I'm just like, no. I've done this so many times with books and I hate it. I hate it when this happens because I always go out and get the second book first without realising it, and then I'm just like, go out and get the first book, and of course the first book's been out too long to be a nice big cover, so it comes out in a small cover. Book people, don't do this to us. So these books are about a girl called Pierce and a guy called John, and I'm gonna read the back because, you know, I'm not gonna be particularly good at summarising, it's not my forte. But on the front it says, she knows what it's like to die, and on the back it then goes on to, now death wants her back. Last year, Pierce flatlined following an accident. During that time, she saw a dark world and met a mysterious, irresistible boy. Now that boy, John Hayden, has turned up at school. Every time she sees him, Pierce finds herself in terrible danger, yet she's still drawn to him. John wants to take her back to the place she fears the most, the underworld. The question is, why? That intrigued me. So I think it's sort of almost a play on Persephone, but I don't know yet, so I'll have to read it and let you know. But I just love these covers. These covers drew me in, and I was just like, I must have this book. The next lot of books I got, there's quite a few. I got the entire collection of Hemingway for Christmas. You should know, I like my Hemingway. So I have so much Hemingway. So this is the first one, The Sun Also Rises, also known as Fiesta. So, you know, I'm looking forward to reading this. I sort of started reading it a little while ago. But I'm going to read the backs of these because I won't be able to eloquently sum up Hemingway for you, I can promise you that. Fiesta. Jake is wildly in love with Brett Ashley, a remarkably beautiful yet desolate woman of class. Leaving behind the pernod parties of their life in Paris, the pair and their fellow expatriates take an excursion to Spain. They're in the midst of the dazzling fiesta and the heady atmosphere of the bullfight. Their affair is shaken by new passion and jealousies. So I really like the sound of this one. I'm quite excited. I'm quite excited to read this. It's also like his most well-known novel, so I am definitely looking forward to reading this at some point. I need to find time to read it. But I really like these reimagined covers. I think that they are sort of like, they're vintage, so it matches the age of the book, but it also, I personally think, is modern as well, and it sort of makes me want to read it as well. And I'm more of a YA reader at the moment. I don't tend to read too much out of the way. I mean, I like the 20s writers, so I really love Hemingway, Fitzgerald, all of those. I really love their writing. And if you don't know, Gatsby is one of my favorites. Go Gatsby! The second one is, I don't know if they're still in order actually, because I just put them on my pile of books, is Death in the Afternoon. And again, I should read the back because I can't summarize up Hemingway particularly well. It's too amazing of a novel. In Death in the Afternoon, Hemingway shares the sights, the sounds, the excitement, and above all, the knowledge which fueled his passion for Spain and the bullfight. This remarkable book contains some of his finest writing, inspired by the intense life as well as the inevitable death of those hot, violent afternoons. Ooh, I do want to read that. It's very, they've put it, whoever's written the blurb at the back has written it very eloquently, and I feel like it's very smooth to read. Like, you know, I'm an actor, and I really like it when it's smooth writing to be able to say, and it sort of rolls off the tongue, if you know, so I like that. Nice cover! This one is The Old Man and the Sea, also by Hemingway. I'm going to show you my Hemingway books. There's, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. There are 8. This is The Old Man and the Sea. It's a very small book, and it's only literally 99 pages. 99 pages. And I like this cover. It's got a cute little fish on it. Set in the Gulf Stream of the coast of Havana, Hemingway's magnificent fable is a tale of an old man, a young boy, and a giant fish. This story of heroic endeavour won Hemingway the Nobel Prize for Literature. It stands as a unique and timeless vision of the beauty and grief of man's challenge to the elements. I like that, and it's interesting. I love it how the fact that you don't need a giant book for it to be stunning, because it won the Nobel Prize for Literature. I like the fact that you don't need a massive amount of writing for something to be stunning. Another book. Farewell to Arms. Woo! In 1918, Ernest Hemingway went to war. He volunteered for the ambulance service in Italy, was wounded and twice decorated. Out of this experience came A Farewell to Arms. Hemingway's description of war is unforgettable. He recreates the fear, the comradeship, the courage of his young American volunteer, and the men and women he meets in Italy with total conviction. But A Farewell to Arms is not only a novel of war, In it, Hemingway has also created a love story of immense drama and uncompromising passion. I want to read this. I always find that when you read a book, if it's written off someone's own experiences, that's when it's the greatest. Because they are honestly pouring their soul into it, and that is when you know it's going to be stunning. I want to read this. For whom the bell tolls. I shall read the blurb. High in the pine forests of the Spanish Sierra, a guerrilla band prepares to blow up a vital bridge. Robert Jordan, a young American volunteer, has been sent to handle the dynamiting. There in the mountain he finds the dangers and the intense comradeship of war. And there he discovers Maria, a young woman who has escaped from Franco's rebels. Next is another small one. How many pages? 137, it's another nice small book. The Snows of Kilimanjaro. Men and women of passion and action live, fight, question, love and die. From a haunting tragedy on the snow-capped peak of Kilimanjaro to brutal sensationalism in the bullring from rural America with its deceptive calm to the heart of war-ravaged Europe, this collection of stories depicts characters and events with intense power and realism. It's not like just one story, it's quite a few stories in it. That's nice, I like that, and the cover is really pretty. It's got an elephant on it. Can you see the elephant? It's a little elephant. A movable feast. I want to go to that cafe. Hemingway's memories of his life as an unknown writer living in Paris in the 20s are deeply personal, warmingly affectionate and full of wit. Looking back not only on his own much younger self, but also at the other writers who shared Paris with him, James Joyce, Wyndham Lewis, Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald. He recalls the time when, poor, happy and writing in cafes, he discovered his vocation. Written during the last years of Hemingway's life, his memoir is a lively and powerful reflection of his genius that scintillates with the romance of the city. So his memoirs, I want to read this because I love if you go on to like either Goodreads or Tumblr and you read his quotes, they are stunning. I mean, seriously, go and look those up because some of them, they just mean the world to me. They are just so heartwarming. Hemingway books that I have, the final of the Hemingway. Green Hills of Africa. From the thrill, frustration and excitement of the hunt for big game to whiskey and soda, fresh butter and Venice dessert with friends, Hemingway articulates his zest for life, brilliantly capturing the landscape of the African continent and its wildlife. It's got a gazelle on it. It's gonna be good. That's all for my Hemingway books. I have one more book after this. Those are all the Hemingway books that came in the pile. There is one more which is called A Garden of Eden, and I don't have that. It's the one I really want to read. It was his last novel and it's uncompleted, so it's like an incomplete novel. I'm just like, don't be incomplete, because you know, life. But yes. Final book I got from my wonderful Auntie Livy, and I am so pleased with this. It's Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I haven't read any Rainbow Rowell books, and I need to read it. So I am quite excited to read this, and probably a few of you know already what this is. Some of you may even have read it, and that is good. Great. I do this a lot. I don't know why. And I shall read a blurb. Kath has to decide whether she's ready to open her heart to new people and new experiences, and she's realising that there's more to learn about love than she ever thought possible. I like that. I think that this is going to be an interesting book. To me, it sounds like it's going to be the sort of book that allows people who are quite introvert within the romance world to feel like they can open their hearts. Ooh, bonus content inside. Thank you for watching, and I hope you liked my mini book haul. I don't know if it's like a massive book haul, it could be or couldn't be, I don't know. Let me know if you read any of these books, that would be great, because I haven't read them. Hence the fact they're in a book haul, because I haven't read them yet. But let me know what you think of them. Let me know if there's any you think I should read, because there are so many books out there that I have not read yet. And there's a lot on like my book piles I haven't read yet that I need to read, so let me know. Anyway, thank you for watching, and feel free to subscribe, or not to subscribe if you don't want to. And also, if you go onto my channel and on like the top with the banner that I haven't put on yet, because my wonderful friend Amy is doing the art for me. She did the little icon that I've got. That was actually on a napkin in Pret-a-Manger. She's amazing, and she's currently working on all of the art design you need for it, and once she's done, I will then also put a link to her social media so you can find her and whatever. And yeah, also when you're looking at the banner, you've got all like the little, like, I don't know, icons that send you to different social media websites. Feel free to follow me on any of those. Goodreads, feel free to go on that so you know what I'm reading. You can ask me questions on there, add me as a friend, do what you like. Anyway, wonderful to see you through a lens again that's not weird. Bye! Ain't got a party like a Gatsby party. Gonna dance until we rock. Ba-da-ba.